Welcome back to In the Garden. I'm joined with Austin from Grange Co-op, and today we're talking about planting and growing garlic. Now, if you're an avid cooker like myself, you should add garlic to almost everything. So how do we get started on planting your garlic?
So to start, you need to amend your soil before planting. I usually recommend at least 2 weeks in advance adding a little bit of either all-purpose fertilizer or maybe some bone meal, something that's high in phosphorus that's going to give the new roots a good healthy kick to make it through the winter. Garlic prefers a pretty alkaline soil, good pH, probably somewhere around 6.5 to 7. It likes rich soil, so adding compost and or manure such as steer manure, chicken manure, horse manure, whatever you have available will do nicely for your garlic.
All right, so with planting garlic, I usually buy mine from the store. So with planting it, is it better to grow it in a pot, in a bed? What does that look like?
So it's definitely better to grow it in beds. It can be grown in pots, but you're gonna have better success growing it in the ground or in a raised bed, somewhere where it has plenty of room to grow out.
Okay, and what about sun exposure, watering? How much should we do of that?
So luckily, since we plant garlic in the fall in our environment, it's pretty much just lives off of whatever water comes from the sky, whether it be rain or snow. In the spring, you'll definitely have to start bumping up the water as it gets a bit warmer, starts raining a bit less. As for sun exposure, it can be typically full sun is what you're looking for your garlic.
Alrighty, and then when does garlic usually bloom?
So it does bloom. It does not always bloom. Certain varieties may bloom here, others may not. They're not really grown for their bloom so much. They do produce the little unbloomed flower, I believe they call it a scallion, and you can just put it into your stir fry, add a nice garlic taste to it. They're great, but you do look to see those form probably around mid to late April in our area.
And then how will you know once your garlic is fully grown?
So you'll start to notice in the later spring, probably, around here it could be anywhere from late May to mid-June. I usually hold off as long as I can, make sure it's nice and ripe, make sure the skin's nice and firm. But the leaves, the older foliage will start dying off sooner, and once a lot of that foliage is dead, your garlic is ready to be harvested.
All right, great. Well, is there anything else people should know about growing garlic?
Yeah, so in the spring, in the fall and everything, when you first plant them, they don't grow very quick. It's cold. There's not much for them to do. They just kind of sit there, but once spring comes around, they really start to explode, produce more foliage. So at that time, it's really good to hit them with a high nitrogen fertilizer, something like this biofish or blood meal or anything else that's really high nitrogen is going to give it a great kick and help it do well in the spring.
All right, awesome. Well, if you guys want to start growing your own garlic instead of buying it from the store, of course, you can head to a Grange Co-op store to learn more information and to learn from the experts, or of course, you can head to our website for more information. Thank you so much for joining us in the garden.